Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling.
We try to bring you high-quality educational and informational content every single day. Why do you think the price is having such an anemic time? The news story of the hour. Jump onto the chart. Is this the beginning of a massive financial unraveling? We've got to add a little addendum to the show map today. So we start here on the daily. Now, we've been looking at the RSI on Bitcoin's daily chart for the last several days. It always has been, but it's been increasing over the last 50 years since the government has been bigger. Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto Live. This is your week daily morning show where we bring you the latest and everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And in today's episode, massive breakout is taking place on Bitcoin. Guys, these are some of the most exciting days in all of cryptocurrency. I've been here twice before in the lead up to a massive all-time high run. Once back in 2017 and once back in 2020 and the very beginning of 2021. These are some of the most exciting days in crypto. And this morning, over the course of the last 24 hours actually, Bitcoin has rallied $4,000 from just shy of 53 yesterday. We watched the breakout happen live on air, and then Bitcoin rallied all the way up to a new yearly high of, you guessed it, $57,500. What have we been telling you? What have we been saying? We said that a drop to 48 to 50 and a half will likely occur. We dropped down to 50 and a half. We hit that price target. From there, got to get the trusty pin so I can fiddle with it while we talk. From there, Bitcoin began a breakout, broke a downtrend, broke a flat level at 52,992. From there, we broke all the way up to 57.5, which is the next level that we told you guys Bitcoin was going to head to. We said that after Bitcoin breaks above 53K, the next stop will be 55 briefly, and then from there it'll rally to $57,500 because that is a Fibonacci level that we have been showing you guys for some time. Exciting stuff today, guys. We are moving into a new phase of this market. This is really where the bull market starts getting hot, and that's why I want to make sure that you guys have the right exchange. I want to go ahead and direct your attention to right there because a lot of you guys signed up for Blowfin. In fact, almost 200 of you guys signed up for Blowfin. The reason that that's so important is because only the first 200 people that sign up before the end of Wednesday will be getting access to $30 for free if you sign up for Blowfin, one of our new sponsors. Their exchange has absolutely everything. I'm very excited about Blowfin, and part of the reason is because they are non-KYC. They are secured by Fireblock, so they've got industry-leading security, and they've got everything you need over here to make them your home base. They've got over 300 trading pairs. They've got copy trading, which works very well. They've even got futures in here, and yes, you can do leverage. I was mistaken yesterday. I said they can't. You can do leverage over here, up to 150x on perpetual swaps over here. So if you want to find the best exchange to make your home base in cryptocurrency, then look no further than Blowfin. If you sign up and deposit any amount of cryptocurrency and move it into your futures account, you will get $30 free showing up in that futures account. If you sign up before the end of Wednesday, that's tomorrow, and you're one of the first 200. That 200 is going fast, so make sure you sign up with the link down below. Get your $30 free and get access to an exchange that's absolutely blowing up. It's going to be everywhere in this bull market. If you get in early, you're going to obviously be very well versed in how to use it by the time everything kicks off. Let's read some chat, and then we're going to jump straight on over to CoinMarketCap. Crypto Nebs in chat said, good, gracious, green morning to you, everybody. Just hit the likes, and so should you. Yes, hit that like button if you are new here. Crypto Surge is in chat. Crypto Mini Bike, Alex Nibo, RJ Marley, Officials, Samurai Zach, not Samurai Jack, Samurai Zach. Sean O'Brien's in chat. Philly Skills 1428. Crypto Mini Bike, Satchet, Luis Alva. Crypto Surge, Exona, Zunma is in chat. Those are some awesome names. I probably butchered that. You'll have to tell me. Blaine O is in chat from SoCal. Dave Mueller, Museum of Corruption Hall of Fame. Crypto Jeeb in yellow said, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Crypto Jeeb. Lion Daddy's in chat. Brian Sandoval said, good morning, Jebster and Fensaw family. The Micah Man's in chat. Peter Liu. Tom M. Oh, and I'm sorry. Good morning to you as well, Brandon. And shout out to everybody else in chat. Grand Roofing Incorporated is in chat today. Queen's in chat today. OMAC's in chat. Shadrach Frost, loving it. Loving it, loving it. Let's get started. We got a lot to talk about. We got a whole lot to talk about. All right, let's jump on over to CoinMarketCap. As you can see, Bitcoin is up 10% in the last 24 hours. It has rallied to over $57,000 as our local high. As you can see, the Crypto Jeb Oscillator is showing, that the bulls are very strong right now. You've got a big upswing coming in right now on Crypto Jeb Oscillator. If you guys don't know, we built our own indicator in partnership with LuxAlgo. So if you sign up for LuxAlgo using the link down below, you'll be getting access to a big fat discount and the Crypto Jeb Oscillator. All of you that have signed up for the for LuxAlgo have access to that now, by the way. Just going up here to your indicators and strategies, invite only, and it's right there. Boom, Crypto Jeb Oscillator. Now, I want to talk about where Bitcoin rallied to. Who has been watching the stream? Let's see a 1 in chat if you remember me saying this. Who's been watching the stream for, I don't know, the last 3 months? And I told you, after it breaks 50, you know where it's going to take a pit stop? It's going to take a pit stop at the 0.786 on the linear chart. And that 0.786 level is right here, and it's sitting at $47,491. I've always just called it 47.5. Drop a 1 in chat if you remember me saying that, because I swear I've probably said that like 100 times in the last month. After we break $50,000, and we start moving to the upside, we are going to be stopping out at 57.5. That is exactly where we stop, guys. Technical analysis works. Shadrach Frost saying 1. CJ saying 1. You guys remember this, right? I hope you do. I've given you every one of these levels so far. And in fact, I don't want to take the credit for it. First of all, I want to thank God for even making me, that I'd be able to share this with you, and for giving me a brain to share it with you. But I also want to thank technical analysis, because it's just TA. Look, I am not some super genius. I don't have a 200 IQ, all right? I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I know I'm kind of smart, but I'm not crazy fancy or anything. I'm just kind of a normal guy. I know how to talk quickly. I sound kind of smart, but I'm mostly just a normal guy, just following technical analysis. You guys can do this too. This is not something that is revolutionary. Fibonacci retracement is something you learn in like the first week of doing technical analysis. So what we learn here is that Fibonacci, how should we say it? It works. Let's just put that out there first and foremost. It works, okay? So when Bitcoin breaks through the Fibonacci golden pocket here between 0.618 and 0.65, which is this level right here, when Bitcoin breaks through this level, where's it going to go? Next place it's going to go is to 57.5. That's what happened. Of course, Bitcoin slowed down for a little bit, traded sideways, painted a bull flag, and if you will remember, we also said that this bull flag is eventually going to break bullish, and that is going to send Bitcoin where? To $61,500. After we break the 0.786 level at 57.5, our next price target is going to be $61,500 or so based on that price target. And the reason that we're able to be so confident that these things are going to happen is because we've seen it before. When Bitcoin broke the Fibonacci golden pocket back on the run up to the first, back on the rally up to the last bull market, once we broke 0.618 to 0.65 between 13.4 and 14,000, where did Bitcoin go? Within just a couple of weeks, it rallied straight up to the 0.786. It retraced from there, and then it rallied to all-time high. Those are our last steps before Bitcoin gets back to ATH. If Bitcoin does what it did last time, then Bitcoin will reject here for a few days, maybe a week, at 0.786, do something like this, and then it's going to gradually just kind of rally straight to all-time high at some point in the next several weeks. If Bitcoin continues to follow the same trend that it has been following, then you could be expecting an all-time high on Bitcoin. That is a $12,000 rally from here in the course of just the next month. Ever since the beginning of January, I've been telling the stream, I've been telling people that I know, that plus or minus 2 months out from the halving is expected still to be on April 17th, plus or minus 2 months out from the halving, you're going to see an all-time high touch for Bitcoin. Well, we are currently, if the halving takes place on April 17th, we are 50 days from that. So we're now in that range. The prediction we've been making for a while is that Bitcoin plus or minus 2 months, so 60 days on either end of the halving, we will be hitting all-time high. We are now in that zone. That's a 120-day wide zone. We are now 10 days through, so there's 110 days left for that prediction to come true. And I am very confident that it will. Guys, if you remember, we predicted that Bitcoin would be trading between $45,000 and $50,000. Sorry, between 30, yes, we predicted that we would be trading, where is it? I've got it on my chart right over here. Right here. We predicted that Bitcoin would be trading between $35,000 and $50,000 by year's end. This box, remember this box that we drew back in March? We drew this box back here. All right, when Bitcoin looked like this, and then you run it forward and Bitcoin ended up hitting that. we're now making another prediction on Bitcoin. We've got 2 of them that we've been making, by the way, again, since January. We've been making the exact same predictions here since January, the beginning of January. Honestly, I think it was actually late December, right around Christmas, that plus or minus 2 months out from the halving, you'll be hitting all-time high. And after that happens, then you will be likely going to $100,000 sometime at the end of quarter 3 to the beginning of quarter 4 of 2024. The most famous video on this channel is a video of me saying that Bitcoin is not going to $100,000 at a certain date. Now I am saying that it is going to go to $100,000, and that date is likely going to be end of Q3, beginning of Q4 of this year. So, shout out to all of you that are in Bitcoin. What do we do with this? Bitcoin has rallied dramatically. Well, let's first look at the technical analysis, and then let's figure out how we should approach this market. First thing I want to point out is that the Crypto Jeb Oscillator strikes again, showing us that the bulls are regaining their momentum. So, you can see there's been a huge upswing right here on momentum from the Crypto Jeb Oscillator. For all of you guys who don't know already, the Crypto Jeb Oscillator is an indicator that we created in partnership with Lux Algo, the company, and they designed it based on the ideas that I gave them. So Sean's the founder of Lux Algo, he's a friend of mine. You can find him on YouTube over at the Lux Algo YouTube channel. Sean basically approached me one day and he shot me a text. He said, "Hey Jeb, we've been working together for like 3 years, and we're a good friend. We want to make an indicator with your name on it. What do you want to make it on?" And I said, "Wow, man, I've never made an indicator. I read indicators all the time, so I should probably be able to come up with something cool, but never made an indicator. How do you make an indicator?" He said, "Well, we'll code it, but you tell us what to code. You tell us what to do." It's like, all right, okay. Well, let's figure out which faction is stronger, the bulls and the bears, and then maybe we can put some divergences on there and read about the shifting of the strength of the bulls and the bears. And so this is kind of my brainchild. Obviously, like I said, they coded it, so all credit to Alex and Sean over there at Lux Algo for the programming side of things. But the brainchild of this was always to detect when the bulls started regaining strength and when the bears started regaining strength, which means that this little uptick right here, you have the drop, sideways action, uptick. That uptick right here is critically important because that uptick right now indicates that the bulls have brought back the momentum. The reason that that's so important is because an easy way to read this chart is by simply drawing lines. Boom. Line, line, and line. Let me just kind of go ahead and update the colors here so you can see this, what I'm trying to say on this. You've got green momentum, red momentum, you've got green momentum, and it's very smooth, so it normally doesn't lie, but you can see the bears are starting to gain momentum during this time right here. The bulls started picking back up momentum a few days ago, and the Crypto Jeb Oscillator picked that up, and from now we have seen that the bulls have regained that momentum. It's going to take a little bit of strength from the bears for the bulls to lose that momentum. The bulls are in excellent shape right now, and whenever Bitcoin has the momentum, that obviously means that the bulls are likely going to be able to press on and break through resistance. If you remember yesterday, we were looking over here at the depth charts on Blowfin, which you're probably going to be seeing a good bit of Blowfin for the sake of showing you the depth charts, and the depth charts were very much in favor of the bulls. So we're very excited about that. Obviously, let's take a look here at Lux Algo, the mainline indicator on Lux Algo. And the thing I want to point out to you here is this. Part of the reason that I said we were going to go to 57.5 was not just the Fibonacci level at 0.786. It was also Lux Algo. If you look here, you can see that ever since Lux Algo broke through its previous resistance level, its previous take profit. Let's just go ahead and remove all the drawings for a second. We had an original take profit. When we had this buy signal come in at 40K on the 7th of February, the original take profit was between 47.3 and 50,300. We saw Bitcoin hit that, and of course, it very soon updated. Lux Algo works with escalating take profits. If you hit the first take profit, then it gives you a new take profit. And so long as you're under the buy signal, then you expect that you're going to eventually go up to that level. But then we stopped, and we started trading sideways, and we're thinking, 55 to 58 up here is our next take profit. How are we going to get there? Well, if you remember what we were saying over and over, 0.786, that is 57.5. Lux Algo's take profit here is likely going to be accurate. So, if we scrub forward, what happens? Well, we ended up going to that take profit. So, big shout out to Lux Algo for calling this. Big shout out to LuxAlgo for calling this. Please make sure that you go and sign up for LuxAlgo. Go to luxalgo.com/Jeb. You're going to get access to both of these indicators. This indicator right here that called both of these movements. And the Crypto Jeb oscillator that helps you to understand who's in charge, the bulls and the bears, and whether or not the bulls have taken back that charge. Because one thing that you're not going to be able to read with the LuxAlgo mainline indicator is when you're trading sideways like this. And the Crypto Jeb oscillator in tandem with it is going to show you, all right, the bulls are taking a break. They're taking a breather. Doesn't necessarily mean the uptrend is over. The bears are not in charge yet because you got to still get back down below the zero level, and that didn't happen. But the bulls cooled off quite a lot, and now, and this is why I love the Crypto Jeb oscillator, because the oscillator came this far back down to baseline, it shows us that the bulls really did kind of pump the brakes a lot. That we were so far up here, 1608. We had not been at that level pretty much ever in the history of Bitcoin. You had to go back to 2021 to find the Crypto Jeb oscillator, the bullish strength side of the oscillator being this high, up at 1637. We had not been that high in a very long time, 2.5 years. So the fact that we had seen the bullish momentum drop off right back down here, almost to baseline, but not low enough that the bears took the momentum, is a very good sign because it means that Bitcoin is actually rested, and it means that it's ready to rally up to 57.5. Oh, wait a minute. I could have said that 3 days ago, which I did. And now you fast forward, and Bitcoin did just that, broke bullish up to 57.5. How do we know that? Well, you combine these two indicators. LuxAlgo still had the take profit up here. Well, how are we going to get there? When are we done correcting? The Crypto Jeb oscillator drops down to baseline, indicating the bulls are done with their corrective movement. They've got their strength back and they're ready to go again. Then, boom. You break up and you break out. Bitcoin is on its way to 57.5. Now, what happens after we break through 57.5? We're going to talk about this and we're going to read some chat. Make sure that if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and check the post notification bell. I do want to quickly give a little bit of an explainer on how to actually use the Crypto Jeb oscillator because there are a lot of different facets here, but the main thing that you need to understand are these areas right here. I'm going to go to a clean chart really quickly here. The main thing that you need to understand are these different these kind of waves right here. This is the strength of the bulls and the bears. The original, in fact, you know what? I wonder if I have the text where I outlined exactly what the vision was for this thing. I think I could actually read you the text that was the progenitor of this. Let me see. Hang on just a second. This will be kind of fun. You guys will like this. Let's see here. It's probably over in Slack. Yeah. Give me 1 second. I did not plan to do this, but I think this will be kind of a cool way of detailing the actual vision. I can read you the text where I came up with the idea for LuxAlgo, for the Crypto Jeb oscillator itself. See if I can let's see if I can find this. Oh, I don't know if it's going to cooperate with me. Come on, you can do it. Might not work. I might not be able to find it. What? Okay, Slack is not working with me. Okay, well, that's just embarrassing. I will see if I can find that another day. Sorry about that. Anyway, the idea basically was thus. Essentially, you just find a way, not you, but the viewer who's using this indicator, you have an indicator that gives you the ability to see which faction is stronger. I mean, my prevailing theory for the longest time about technical analysis has been figure out which faction is stronger, the bulls or the bears, and figure out how strong they are and have a definitive way of measuring and quantifying how strong they are. And then you figure out the next levels of support and resistance. And then if you can figure out if the bulls are a certain degree of strength, or not, and you figure out where the levels are, then you can figure out the movement. You can figure out whether the bulls are strong enough to break through the next level of resistance, and if they're strong enough to make it to the level of resistance that comes after that. And same thing with the bearish side. If you find out that the bears are such and such strength, then you can kind of determine whether the bears are going to be strong enough to break through a certain level of support and break down to another level of support beneath it. And so that's where this line right here kind of comes in, this bar graph, if you will. This shows the strength of the bulls and the bears if there is a discernible faction in charge. Sometimes if there's a lot of sideways action, as there is right here, it's not really discernible. And so if you don't see the graph right here, then you're not going to actually, then the reason for that is because there's just not actually any real bullish or bearish momentum. It's called the acceleration. We just turn off everything except the acceleration here. Turn off everything in here, and then we'll turn it all back on in just a second. The bearish acceleration area. There we go. So these, as I said, are called like the acceleration areas. These, I just deleted the indicator. These, as it loads, those are the acceleration areas. Those show you when the bulls or the bears are gaining strength. This is basically what the rest of the indicator is calculated based off of. And when you see that there is a very deep trough right here, it means the bears are gaining momentum at a very highly accelerated rate. When you see the bullish acceleration is very high right here, it means the bulls are gaining momentum at a very accelerated rate. When you see this dropping off, it means the bulls are losing acceleration. You can almost think about it like a speedometer. Like, if you're going forward, how fast are you going? If you're going backwards, how fast are you going? And what is the acceleration that you are witnessing? The fact that it's in 2 dimensions instead of just in 1 dimension, there's 2 dimensions here instead of just the 1 dimension. It shows you not only how fast you're going, but how quickly that speed is changing. And so if you're doing this, then obviously you are changing your speed. The bulls are gaining momentum very rapidly. If you are moving in this direction, then obviously the bears are gaining momentum, but not in quite as strong of a fashion. So the angle denotes how strong, how quickly the bulls are gaining or losing strength, and how quickly the bears are gaining and losing strength. And then everything else is mostly just layered on top of that. You've got the bullish momentum and the bearish momentum, which are derived from these two. And then if you look at the overall bullish and bearish momentum as derived from the acceleration, then you get to see, okay, the bulls' momentum acceleration slowed down, but the bulls were still very much in charge. The bulls were losing acceleration. It was almost like they were no longer were they speeding up. Now they're just coasting. They're on cruise control because we're sitting sideways up here. So you can see the bulls are still very much the faction that is in charge, because we're up here at 4,000, which makes sense because the market is still up here at 57,000. But during that corrective movement, this sideways movement right here, the acceleration was slowing down. The bulls were no longer gaining speed as quickly, but they were coasting. It's a little bit like during this time we were going 0 to 100 miles an hour very quickly, 0 to 100 in 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever. And then here, the acceleration slows down to the point where when it's down here at 0, the acceleration is basically 0. We're not accelerating anymore. There's just a little tiny bit of acceleration, but we're still going 100 miles an hour. This down here is the change in speed. This is the actual speed. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. This line up here, therefore, is basically your speedometer. How quickly are the bulls moving? It's not a matter of speed, it's a matter of strength. So that's the one difference. But this is the strength. This is the change in the strength. If it's green, it indicates that there is still growing strength. But if it turns red, it means that there is growing bearishness. Hence the actual momentum factor on either end. And so when you have those two, then you kind of add on, like I said, everything else. You've got your bullish and your bearish reversal areas. You've got your crossover dots. And so that's kind of the whole indicator. So I'll explain that more in future content. I want to make a whole dedicated video. In fact, a series of videos teaching how to use it. It's a really powerful technical indicator, and I'm very much enjoying it. But for right now, the thing that I want you to understand about it is that us sitting up here at 4,000 indicates that the bulls have more momentum than at pretty much any other time since the end of the last bull market. And the way indicators work, they are simply very, very, very complicated mathematical formulas, so you can backtest them onto markets going way back into the past. So this is still accurate, even though Crypto Jeb Oscillator did not exist back during this time. You can backtest it, which is the way that you should work with indicators. And you can see here that the last time that we saw bullish momentum any higher than where it is right now, there was only about 4 instances, and they were all back here at the top of the bull market, right? All of the instances were back here. The point is, Bitcoin is moving into fresh territory. The bulls have more momentum right now than they have at just about any other point in the history of Bitcoin. And with this rally that we've witnessed over the last 24 to 48 hours, the bulls are starting to speed up once again. So we're coasting up here at 4,000 miles an hour, and now we're speeding up, and now we're heading towards 5. So the bullish strength is at 4,000. It's likely going to continue moving to the upside, even up towards maybe 5,000 if Bitcoin is able to break here through $57,000. So hopefully that was a helpful explanation of the Crypto Jeb Oscillator. Obviously, it is a new oscillator, and so you guys are going to have to get used to it a little bit. I'm going to have to explain it quite a few times, and that's okay. But hopefully that was helpful. Let's read some chat, and then we're going to talk a little bit about where Bitcoin is going to go. Champus donated £2 and said, Pangolin TA, please. Yes, Pangolin has gone nuts. Nutso. Up 60%. Let's take a look over here at Pangolin. I love the Pangolin tweet here. That is a beautiful piece of art. If you guys don't know what a pangolin is, that's what it looks like, although it's not normally on fire. Pangolins are pretty cool. They make, my brother is a engineer, and he does 3D printing as a hobby. I kid you not, I'm going to totally out him. I'm not going to name which brother, but he took his 3D printer to prom. Like, he was single, so, and you cannot offend this guy. He's rock solid confident, so he didn't care. Everybody thought it was hilarious. This man took a 3D printer to prom in high school, slow danced with it. Okay, so that's my brother. That's one of my brothers. And one of the things that you do when you first get a 3D printer is you 3D print a pangolin. I'll show you what they look like. They're kind of cool, and you can see right here. That's what they look like. You 3D print a pangolin because they've got the kind of the carapace, I guess, or the shell. And they're very cool. If you've ever had a wooden or a 3D printed pangolin, they're very, very neat. So that's my experience with pangolin right there. But as far as the technicals go, on the all-time charts, it was out in 2021. It's gone through a meteoric rally in the last few days. It was trading at 8 cents. Now it's at 65. Where's it going to go? God only knows. I've not done any analysis on the fundamentals. It is on Coinbase. Interesting. All right. So that's good to know. There's been some confusion regarding the pangolin supplies. It may appear different on various sources. While the smart contract technically reflects 538 million, it's important to note that only 230 million pangolin will ever be available. Interesting. So the max supply is actually 230 million for one reason or another. So shout out to Pangolin. Am I going to buy any of it? Probably not, because I don't like to buy things that are on a huge rally. But listen, it's doing well. Still a very low market cap. It's a funny meme. Pangolins are funny. In fact, just me saying that about 3D printed pangolins and my brother taking a 3D printer to prom. True story. You think I'm joking. I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. That'll probably get some some interest and enthusiasm towards it. So, hey, look, might be a good pick. You could probably make some money on it. It's probably not too late to make some money on it. But just make sure that you're treating it as a moon bag, because that's what it is. All right, let's read some chat. Let's see. All right. Rafael Anwar said, Jeb, are you buying Quant? Yes or no, and why? I have not. Actually, I think I have bought some Quant. I think I do have some Quant. I probably am going to buy some Quant. The thing about Quant is that, let's see here. The foundation of the blockchain economy. So here's the Quant website. They've got a picture of London here. The foundation of the blockchain economy, unlocking benefits for all of us. Assets of all kinds, from currencies to carbon credits to being tokenized on the blockchain. Financial institutions, enterprise, and their customers all benefit from assets whose ownership is immutable. Provenance is traceable, and use is easier to manage. Entirely new digital economies are emerging as a result. Our patented technology makes this simple, trusted, and future-proof. Yes, and so Quant is probably going to do very well, because that is one of the biggest reasons that you make something online, that you build something on a blockchain. It's the reason that NFTs are so valuable. It is something that I've called for many years digitally verifiable scarcity. And the reason that fractionalized digitally verifiable scarcity, it's kind of a long word there, but fractionalized digitally verifiable scarcity. And the reason that blockchains have value in the first place is because they are provably scarce. You can prove that there's only so much Bitcoin. You can prove that there's only so much Pangolin. You can prove that there's only so much Ethereum. You can't just copy and paste it without creating an entirely new blockchain. But every time you try and put something on the blockchain, you don't want to have to create a whole new blockchain just for that individual asset. Blockchains are supposed to be superhighways, not cars. So if you want a car on the superhighway, then you have to find a way to fractionalize the digital verifiable scarcity. And that's what many different projects aim to do. Quant is obviously one of the big ones, sitting at rank number 64. And there is going to more than likely be a good bit of adoption for it. So looking into getting some more of it. But yeah, excited about it for sure. Let's read some more chat. All right, I've got to see if there is a, you can also 3D print a cool Velociraptor. Yeah, you know, my brother and a few friends of ours and I went out to the Area 51 raid, in 2020. That's also a true story. I was there for that. I ran into some very interesting people while I was out there. Who remembers that? I need a one in chat if you remember the Area 51 raid. We were out there and he 3D printed baby Yodas and sold them. I think he sold 2 of them. He brought like 20 of them and he only sold 2 of them. It was really sad. But everybody else was so interested in everything else. All right, Shadrach Frost said, folks, please smash the like button. Give back the support for the channel and the love Jeb brings to us every day. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. Any thoughts on VET? Excited about it. It is one of the best performing assets in our portfolio right now. I think it's going to do extremely well. We talked about the other day. They just had a rebrand. That was a very big deal. Drian12_1 said, I was there. Really? People think I'm joking. We actually shot a video and it never got finished. But I think I might. It's up on the channel. It's just privated. But yeah, we were there for that. If you want to see the background footage of that, I could definitely tell you. Let's see. Any prediction on how many 20% drops we may see on the way to 100K? Probably a couple to 3. You're going to see at least 1 in the next few months, I believe. All right, let's see. Jeb penguins are always on fire. Yeah. Right. 3D printer to prom, legend. I know. I knew that you guys were going to think that that's funny. It's true. I'm dead serious. 3D printer to prom, legend. Yes, that man is a legend. He is now married. But at the time, he was single and brought the 3D printer to prom. Oh, man. It's so funny. All right. Let's read a little bit more chat. Let's see. Let's see. How many likes for a fortune cookie? 300. If we get to 300 likes, I will give you a fortune cookie. Lion Daddy said, my ADA question is very relevant. Please. Hi, Jeb. Is ADA going to break old ATH of 2021 because of Treasury falling to 4.2 billion at Cardano? Can you pray for me? Sure, of course I can. Lord, please help Drian. In Jesus' name. Amen. It's the greatest prayer you can pray. God, help. Amen. Boom. Love to. All right. As far as Cardano, is Cardano going to go back to the old all-time high? I think so. I've been making predictions of $8.30. That sounds pretty aggressive, but I think it could happen. If you look at the all-time charts here on market cap, we've still got a long way to go to get back to all-time high on market cap. All-time high is 90 billion. We're at 20 billion. Price all-time high is at 313, if I recall correctly, and the current price is 62 cents. There is 36.6 billion ADA in circulating supply, and there is a max supply of 45 billion. Pretty much no matter what you do with that supply, considering 80% of it is already circulating, and there is a max, it's not really going to hold Cardano down. If anything, it might just make it more valuable if some of it gets burned or lost or taken off the blockchain in some capacity. Even dumping $1 billion or so on the blockchain into the circulating supply is not going to make that big of a difference. It's a little bit like taking, you've got a bathtub full of water and you take a cup out of it. It's like the bathtub's still full. Okay, so, or if you put one more cup in, it's like the bathtub didn't change much. If you change the circulating supply by 1%, that's not that big of a deal, which is why Bitcoin is already considered to be, and especially after this halving here in a month and a half, is already more or less considered to be deflationary. There's already 93.5% that's in circulating supply. So if you do change the supply a little bit, it just doesn't really matter anymore because so much of the Bitcoin that will ever be circulating is already circulating. And that's part of the reason that Bitcoin is only about 15% away from hitting all-time high. Bitcoin only needs to rally from here another 20% to get back to all-time high. It is retraced from all-time high right now, only about 17%. Is a major rally coming to Bitcoin? Yeah, it is. And I'm very, very, very excited to be able to see all of you guys here in chat during this season because Bitcoin is going to do very, very well over the course of the coming weeks. All right. Are you bullish on DOT? I am. I'm holding some DOT. Valerie is in chat, said amen. Jeb, can you tell us from experience how the crypto moves quickly during bull, especially for alts? They move extremely quickly. Exceptionally fast, these altcoins move. If you look at Cardano, for example, its bull market was very rapid. It was scary fast how quickly Cardano went from 15 cents on Christmas of 2020 to being at $2 May 17th of 2021. In 5 months, it 10x'd, back to 12x'd. And in the span of just the 9 months, the entire bull market was over. These markets move very, very fast. But something I want you to understand about Cardano is that it started breaking above 20 cents and up towards 30 cents at the beginning of 2021. Well, at that time, Bitcoin was already on a tear. I mean, Bitcoin was already on a massive tear by the time that Cardano started to kick off. By the time that Cardano started to kick off, but let's just call it the first day of January of 2021, Bitcoin was already trading at $30,000, 50% above all-time high. The equivalent of that for our market would be 105 before Cardano kicked off. So there's still some time before these altcoins kick off. And that's one of the last things I want to mention today before we wrap it out here in a few minutes, is that Bitcoin has added $250 billion freaking in market capitalization in the last couple of weeks. Many of your favorite altcoins are lagging behind. Now, sure, they're up 10% or whatnot, but they're still very far away from all-time high compared to Bitcoin. That's because Bitcoin has the lead right now. There's something called the altcoin engine of markets. It's a term that I coined a couple of years ago, and essentially it goes like this. The Bitcoin and the altcoin markets go back and forth and back and forth. And they, at any given time during a bull market, one of those markets is generally on an upswing. When Bitcoin is on a massive upswing like this, it's normally happening like this because it's the beginning of a bull market. Bitcoin has been running away with market dominance for a year and a half, and that's because it's the start of the bull market. So far, this entire time has just been Bitcoin. Since November of 2022, not November of 2023, I'm talking about 14 months ago, Bitcoin's market dominance has been gaining from 38% all the way to 52.5%, where it sits right now, 52.3%. And so that's going to flip at some point. You're going to see the impetus move away from Bitcoin as Bitcoin pushes towards all-time high, and as Bitcoin's sitting up there at all-time high, people are going to take profits. And you know what they're going to make? They're going to make a lot of money. And where's that money going to go? It's going to go into altcoins that they think are going to also make a lot of money, and so you're going to have the altcoin engine kicking into full effect. People are making bank right now. Maybe I should say they're making self-custody right now on Bitcoin, and so they're going to take money out of that self-custody style pile that they've got, and they're going to put it into alts. Where are they going to put it? Everybody wants to think, oh, they're going to put it into rank number 325. No, you know what the majority of them are going to do? They're going to be lame, and they're going to put it in Ethereum. They're going to be lame, and they're going to put it in Cardano. And all you guys out there are saying, oh, this altcoin is going to go 100. It might do it. But most of that money, market cap-wise, is going to go straight into the top 20. It's going to go straight into the medium caps. You know why? Because most people think like this. I just made 4x on Bitcoin. I'm sitting pretty good. I would rather not go lose 75% and be right back where I started. 4x was pretty good. Some of these altcoins might 4x my 4x. And if I do that, then I've got a 16x. So I'm pretty happy about that. And so they take the money out of Bitcoin, they put it into the alts in the top 20 or so, and then you know what they do? They make 4 or 5x. And then you know what they do? They take the profits and they walk with most of it, and then they stick some of it in these smaller cap altcoins. There are a lot of small cap altcoins down here that are going to, I'm talking outside of the top 100, there are a lot of them that are going to go 100x. A lot of them are going to go to 0. And so if you want to be successful in the cryptocurrency space, I encourage you to be invested in all 3 categories and to be very wise about which coins you pick. There's a lot of money to be made in crypto right now. Make sure that you are dollar cost averaging on a weekly basis until you get to the percentage of your net worth that you have budgeted to be in crypto. Dollar cost average on a weekly basis into Bitcoin and into some choice altcoins in the big cap, medium cap, and small cap portfolios. Big cap, people define it differently. I define it as Bitcoin and Ethereum. The reason I put them in their own category for right now is because they are the only 2 cryptocurrencies that have been defined as commodities that are worth over $100 billion. They are the only 2 cryptocurrencies worth over $100 billion. Tether's getting close, but it's a stable coin. That's dry powder. That's not actual cryptocurrency. And you've also got the fact that they are the only 2 cryptocurrencies that are even in the running for having exchange-traded funds anytime soon. Gensler, SEC, I don't care who's in power. They're not going to approve a Solana ETF anytime soon. They're not going to do it. An Ethereum ETF very well may be coming soon. So those two are in a league of their own. I recommend people to put at least 30% of their money into Bitcoin and Ethereum on a weekly basis. This is simply my opinion and a structure that you can go with. This is not specific financial advice. Please, for the love of God, make your own decisions for yourself, because if you're not, then you are not sovereign over your finances. I am, and I don't want to be sovereign over your finances. I want to teach you how to do that for yourself, because that's your job. My job is to be sovereign over mine. That being said, I also recommend about 40% to go into medium caps and 30% to go into small caps. Small caps I define as everything outside of the top 50. Medium caps is everything between the two. If you build a portfolio in that area, and you can change the percentages all you want, but if you put a portfolio in that area and you build it like that, then I do believe that you're going to be successful. So we're going to wrap it out here in just a minute, but I do want to let you guys know that today's stream is also brought to you by not only Blowfin, which you should sign up for and get your $30 free, but it's also brought to you by NordVPN. If you guys have not signed up for NordVPN yet, you're missing out, and the reason that I want you to sign up for NordVPN is because you probably just made like $1,000 or more off of the Bitcoin appreciation. Take a tiny bit of it. Just take a tiny bit of it and put it towards insurance to protect you. It's not literally insurance, but put it towards basically something that kind of acts like a force field that's going to protect you from hackers and scammers and thieves. And you know what that's called? It's called NordVPN. So sign up for NordVPN if you have not already with the link in the description box down below. You're going to get 30% off. You're going to get access to a 2-year plan for under $200, and it's going to protect you and shield you and keep you private for the entire duration of the bull market. And it's also going to allow you to go where no one has been able to go before whenever governments and banks tell them that they can't. Get NordVPN. Invest in your own security and privacy, and keep yourself safe as you browse online. And guys, as I said, if you're not here at the beginning of the stream, we've just brought Blowfin on as a new sponsor. I'm very excited about them because they got an awesome exchange. And if you guys have not already, you need to go down below and sign up before the end of tomorrow, because the first 200 people that sign up using that link, and that number is almost gone. There's been a bunch of people signing up. The 200 is almost filled. So if you go down there and you're one of the first 200 and you do that within the next 48 hours before the end of tomorrow, it's less than 48 hours, like 36 hours, 37 hours and 15 minutes. There you go. Do the math. If you sign up in the next 37 hours and 15 minutes and you put any amount of money and you move it into your futures account, which is right over here, move any amount of money over here into your futures account, then you are going to be getting access to $30 for free. See, I've got some money over here. If you sign up, you will put $30. You will get $30 for free here in your Blowfin. So go and sign up for Blowfin right now and get access to the non-KYC exchange that has access to copy trading, which is awesome, and we're going to be exploring that together. It's got access to futures. It's got access to 150x leverage. So if you're trying to do leverage trading with no KYC, holy cow, this is the place to do it. Look at this. 150x leverage on Bitcoin. Please, for the love of God, do not use that much leverage. Please use like 2 or 3x leverage unless you really know what you're doing, because it is a form of debt and you need to be very careful. But if you're going to choose to use leverage, please heed my advice and be careful. But if you are going to do it, Blowfin's a great place to do it. They're also secured by Fireblocks as their custodian. Fireblocks is a world-renowned brand in the cryptocurrency space. They're basically Fort Knox when it comes to security. So Blowfin's got everything you need. It's got the spot trading. It's got over 300 pairs. If you want a crypto, it's probably on there. They've got the copy trading, as I said. They've got futures. They've got leverage trading. It's non-KYC. Where else do you want to go? It is the exchange to sign up for. Sign up for it today. Put any amount of money into your futures account before the end of tomorrow, and you will be getting $30 showing up in your account for free. That's simple. Hope you guys are enjoying today's stream. Very much appreciative for all of you. And guys, make sure you get trading over there, because there's a lot of money to be made in these markets right now. All right. All righty. It's on like Donkey Kong. There you go. What altcoins are you holding, Jeb? I'm holding a bunch of them. Most of them are in the top 50. Verse of the day, Acts 2:38. I'm going to have to wrap it out here in just a minute, guys. Let's see. Then Peter said unto them, Repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Jesus Christ, for the remission of sins, and ye shall receive the gift of the Holy Ghost. Amen. Verse of the day. All right. Rick4962 coming in again with the $50 dono. Thank you so much, Rick, Yard Dog, out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you so much for your support over the years. You have been so kind to us. And guys, we got a lot more content coming up, so stay tuned. If you've not already, make sure to sign up for NordVPN, LuxAlgo, and Blowfin. You're going to be glad that you did on all three of those fronts. Like I said, guys, we got to wrap it out. Technically, the show is supposed to wrap out at 10:45. I always go over that, but today I really do have to go. So I am going to wrap it out. I will see you guys in the next content. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh, I got a real good feeling.